Morning percussion. It is Monday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. We're still rocking the Star Wars theme today. I'll move my stand over here. Excuse me a second. I am working hard to make sure we finish this snare drum book in the next 3 weeks. I mean, that would be the end of classes. After that, the last week is trips. Last 2 weeks are trips and tests and things like that. Technically, our class time would have ended. We'd had about 3 more weeks of class left. We really never would have finished the book in school because right about now, actually a couple of weeks ago, we had kind of stopped working in the book, and we'd have been working on spring concert. We'd been working on solo and ensemble, band camp, and our progress would have ground to a halt. Not to mention the fact that we'd have spent time on keyboards, which we'll get back to next year. It'll be fine. But we're going to finish this snare drum book. And one of the things I'm going to do in these videos, I'm going to start skipping lines that are stupid easy. These lines are just simple eighth notes that are simply meant as an accompaniment for the wind parts. You don't need to hear me play that. You can do that on your own, sight read, no problem. I'm going to go through the stuff that maybe needs a little bit of technique, help you count it out, the 16th notes and things like that. But I'm going to start skipping that kind of stuff so that we can kind of zip on through this book with these videos, and then you can go through and pass off the stuff as you wish. We are talking about a pretty new concept today on page 30A. This is 4.21, DC off Fine. This is a type of repeat. DC stands for the term da capo, which you don't need to know, except that DC, the cap, where do we wear a cap? On the top of our head. So when you see DC, da capo, we go back to the top of the song. That's a repeat that takes you to the beginning of the piece. But unlike just a plain old repeat sign, you're not going to go all the way through the song again. DC off fine, and it looks like the word fine, right? F-I-N-E, but that's actually an Italian word for finish. It's pronounced fine. That's the fine, the finish. And so you're not going to go all the way through the song again. You're going to the finish, the fine, which will be somewhere else in the song. So if you look at 4.21, we play through one line, and then we play through the next line. We get down to the end of the eight bars, and it says DC off fine. So we're going back to the beginning, back to the top, DC, da capo, and then we play measures 1, 2, 3, 4, and then above the fourth measure you see, there it is, F-I-N-E, fine, that's the finish. So that's where we stop. So we essentially play 12 measures of this song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, DC back to the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're done. There's the fine. So let's play 4.21. We have some 16th notes. We have some quarter note rolls. All right. And we have some flams. Can alternate flam taps. We have some actual flam taps that they've marked there. Okay. And we have some multi-measure rests. So here we go. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. And there's the fine, and we're done. Now, if you think that's confusing, if I lost you in there somewhere, back the video up, go through it again, just look at the music while I play it. It's really not that hard, right? I mean, DC, back to the beginning, fine, finish, play to the end, the finish, okay? How about 4.2.2? It has a DC off fine in it. It is 3 rows long. There's a lot of visual clutter there. You've got, it says play with the stick on the counter hoop for a rim click. Okay, so we're going to do some rim clicks. I don't know why it's telling us to stick on the counter hoop. I'm not sure what they're wanting there. If they're wanting this, you can do that. There's a lot of ways to do rim clicks. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and do what they've had us do before. Okay, here we go. 1, but we are going to DC, and we are going to play to a fine. So here we go. 1, 2, and ready, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. I blew that. Ready, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 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 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Beginning 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. There's the fine. Okay, nothing to that one. Once you kind of get the groove going with the clicks and all that. If you have any problems with that, just break it down, do it slow, rewind it, watch the video again, and that's really not a problem. Okay, 4.23. Let's look at that. 4.23. We have some dotted quarter note rolls. We're going to count that out. Okay, and it is largo, so it's going to be very slow. 2 and ready and go. 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 E and a 4 E and 1, 2 and a 3 and 4. 1 E and a 2 E and 3, 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and 3, 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 and 1 and 2 E and a 3. Slow makes the rolls a little more challenging, a little more difficult. Okay, we're going to go on. We're going to just about finish part 4 here today. 4.24. More about the dot. Okay, we talked about we have a dotted quarter note. It's a beat and a half, right? 1 and 2 and. Well, what happens if it's the 8th note first and then the dot? If you have 2 8th notes, let me get the we'll get this one out here for a second. Okay. Get my handy dandy pad here. Quick erase here. You have to understand, and we've talked about this some in class, that the counting of a note is dependent upon what came before it, not what it is. All right? If I write 2 8th notes, yellow is not a good color for this. Let's try this again. All right. I'm going to write 2 8th notes. And I'll write it backwards here. That's 1 and. Right? 1 and. That's and because that's an 8th note, not because that's an 8th note. Anything I write here is and. So if I put the dotted quarter note there, that's still and. As long as that's an 8th note, the next thing has to be and. 1 and. I can put a whole note there, and it's still 1 and. So look at line 4.24. They use 3s, all right? But that's the point. Okay? Let's clap and count 4.24. Ready and go. 1 and 2, 3 and tie. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and. All right, we'll not worry about the repeat. Okay, so if we're going to do a roll off of that, which what you have in 24A, the roll starts on the and of the beat. 1 and 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and. Let's repeat. 1 and 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 and a 2 okay? If it doesn't make a lot of sense, rewind, watch the video, follow the part while you watch me play it, listen to me play it. 425, 2 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 40 and a 1 and 2, 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and 2, 3 and a 4. 1 and 2, 3 and a 40 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 40 and a 1 and 1 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. Double paradiddles, yeah. Might catch that. 426, 2/4 time. We have some double paradiddles in this and some regular paradiddles in this. 2 and ready and go. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 40 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4. One thing that makes that word is the sticking. I mean, if you just play it straight alternation, it's a little easier, but doing the sticking, it'll help you make yourself do the sticking. All right. 427, I see paradiddles. That's pretty much straight paradiddles. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 and 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. So I'm not going to repeat it right now. There were some double paradiddles in there. I missed that. Now, how about the tempo? Tempo is allegro. So let's go back and do it fast. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 and 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1. So if you hadn't been doing your warm-ups on paradiddles, then you may not be able to hang with that. Don't forget that website we used that one time where we did the paradiddle tests. That's vicfirth.com. You can go there and work on your paradiddle speed. How about 28? Ready and go. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2, 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. And we play so many notes. One of the things that will catch you, like in the last measure, we get so used to just rocking along that all of a sudden we get to something where there's a lot of space in between. It's easy to mess that up. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. You say the ands, it'll keep you from goofing that up. The half note roll at the end of the first one, that's called a 17-stroke roll. We hadn't actually had that. That is a rudiment. All you got to do is just keep counting. 3 and a 4 and a 1. As long as you count 16th notes, you can play any length roll that you see on the page. 4.29. Martial, march style. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2. Rest and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2. Okay, didn't mean to do rim shot there. 430, 430. 1 E and a 2 E and a ready and go. 1 E and a 2, I'm sorry, ready and go. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, 4 and 1 E and a 2, 3, 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3, 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2, 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2, 3 and 4. The snare drum technique stuff here at the bottom of 32B, we'll come back to that on a different video. 432, next page, 432. Allegro, 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1, 2, 3, 4 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and Rest. And there's the fine. That's a long one, right? D C back to the top, fine. That's why I want to go ahead and play it as a leg up. Now, 433A on page 34B is the snare part to a percussion ensemble. Let's go through this. 1, 2, and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 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 4, 1 and 2 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Two, three, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 4, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. All right, do you recognize the roll off there near the end? All right, that's it for Opus 4. Okay, except for those technique exercises we're going to come back to on a different video. This is a long video. We covered a lot of material, but again, we finished Opus 4. That just gives us 2 more sections that we're going to do in the next couple of weeks, and you are going to be done with this book. All right, hang in there. May the 4th be with you.